In 2023, everything worked, and this is what was happening. Guys, one keyword speaking templates are working. I just passed. Bro, I passed with the one-liner and the one keyword writing templates. Arey bhaiya, no need for one-liner, two-liner. Just buy PTE certificates from me. These one keyword PTE templates used to work, but then something happened. PTE updated its software in 2024, and now this is happening. Bro, I failed the one keyword writing templates. They are not working anymore. Guys, I got 79 in speaking in 2023, but in this year, I'm only getting 60. The templates are not working anymore. Arey bhaiya, I told you before only. Just buy the PTE certificates directly from me. Total pass only for 5,000. So what will you do now? Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great. You are already in so much confusion and tension, and then these spammers try to fool you. Welcome back, I am Anurag from Edutrainex PTE, and in this video we will look into the super confusion state in the minds of the PTE students. Every single day I see comments related to this, which tricks are working or not after the PTE AI and software were updated. So I made this video to clear the utter confusion and show you a 7-step approach with real exam questions where exactly you need to focus to pass the PTE exam. I will also show you a scorecard of a student who successfully used this approach to get from 60 to 79 in just 1.5 months. And in the end, I will also share you the link to download all the materials discussed in this video. Make sure you subscribe with the bell icon before we can begin. So let's begin with the 7 steps approach to clear the PTE exam. But before we actually begin the 7 steps, what they are and how successful they are, we should talk about what things are failing and what 90% of the people don't know about the PTE exam. So let's look at the modules that do not work. These are the modules. If you focus on these modules, and that's what 90% of the people are doing. They keep focusing on these modules. Even in the exam, they spend a lot of time on these questions and they don't get time on the most important ones. One of my students, he also did the same thing, and that's why he was failing earlier, but later he was successful. I will show you his scorecard shortly. So from reading module, the reading multiple choice, single answer and multiple answers, they only contribute a few points to your reading scores. Read a paragraph a little bit more than the multiple choice questions, but still not a heavyweight. The heavyweights are the reading fill in the blanks and the reading writing fill in the blanks. We'll come to that at a later point of time. In the listening section, again the single answer questions and the multiple answer questions, as well as select missing word and highlight correct summary. These will take a lot of time for you if you are not doing it quickly. So what happens? You spend more time there, and then the questions that requires a lot of attention and then give you more marks, there you are not able to spend more time. So make sure you note these questions down, and this is the number one reason of failure for many students. Definitely 90% of the people who are preparing or starting to prepare for the PTE exam are not aware about this. So I'm not saying just to skip these questions blindly, but do them quickly so that you get more time for the more deserving ones. See, this is the scorecard of one of my students, Hardik, who was focusing on these modules earlier, but was not successful. Same reason, what I told you. Now it's time to also talk about the questions that can be solved easily with the help of templates, but you still need to be careful about. There are a few things that you need to note down. In writing, there is extended writing and short writing. In speaking, there is extended speaking and short speaking. Extended writing and extended speaking are the ones that give you top scores. So if you use one-liner keywords or one-word keyword templates, especially for essays, written lecture, describe image and whatever. So these are the questions that you can solve with the help of templates easily, but be careful not to use one-word keywords, because that used to work in 2023, but that does not work after the AI was updated. So be careful. Try to write small phrases. Begin with small phrases if you're not confident in writing bigger phrases error-free. So that's how you should do. Writing one word keyword will not give you more marks. I will show you an example of one word keyword that is failing in 2024. See, this is a retail lecture template, and you see what the template is doing. Just adding some keywords here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the answer is finished. Do you know what score you will get using this template? Your extended speaking scores will drop down and your speaking scores will be very low. As well as this task also contributes to your listening scores, so that will also be compromised. Because you are just saying, I can hear this, I can hear this, I can hear this. That's it. There is no extended speaking. If you need a superior marks in English, which is 79, you have to demonstrate some superiority in English by using some phrases. Okay, so that's what you need to be careful about. Now I'm going to focus on some of the modules which are heavyweight for your exam. You have to score high in these modules if you are really aiming for a top score. The first one is read aloud. So in read aloud, fluency is the king here. Clarity, pitch of the voice and pronunciation are the key here. But number one priority is fluency. Never ever hesitate. If you hesitate 1 or 2 times, then the score will drop down tremendously. See the sample on the screen that I've shown you. Some of the words may be tongue twisting or may make you hesitate. So the 40 seconds that you get to prepare for this question, you have to find out those words. And imagine as if these words do not exist in the text. So you read it without those words, because trying to pronounce those words can make you hesitate. And if you do it multiple times, straight away the score is gone down. Read aloud contributes 40 marks to your reading, 40 marks to your speaking. One of the most important tasks in the PTE exam. So make sure you are fluent. Watch me how I am reading. I will not read the difficult words. The social feedback for performance improvement in settings may influence the marvel of a person. The abilities come from continuous improvement of social skills. That's how you should speak. And pause at commas and full stop as well, because that counts as fluency. Now we'll talk about the repeat sentence. So repeat sentence again is a very important question from the speaking section. 5 points for oral fluency, 5 points for pronunciation, only 3 points for content. Many people don't know this, and they keep on focusing on the content, trying to remember as much as what the sentences were saying, and that's where they start hesitating. Again, fluency is the number one criteria here. So with fluency comes the pronunciation. If you are fluent, then you will also be clear in the way you are speaking. Don't worry too much about content, only 3 points. Even if you say 50% of what you can remember, you will still get 2 points. So don't try to remember the whole thing. If it is a lengthy sentence, just try to remember as much as you can and say it fluently and clearly, same way as you heard. Then you can still get a top mark in the repeat sentence. Not all the questions out of 11 to 12 questions that you get in the exam will be lengthy. Half of them will be simple and straightforward. Those ones you have to try and attempt full. But the lengthy ones or the fast ones, remember as much as you can and then speak that fluently. That's it. That will get you a full score. Let's do an example of repeat sentence and then see how much you can remember, and then try to say around 50%.
The course comprises 20 hours of lectures, seminars, and tutorials per week.
So let's say you only remember around what it says here. You don't remember the words shown in red, comprises, seminars, per week, whatever. So you just say what you remember confidently and fluently. The course, 20 hours lectures and tutorials. Fluently, you can still get 2 points for content and 10 points for fluency and pronunciation combined. And that's how you should be speaking to get a top score using repeat sentence questions. Let me show you how the PTE AI actually works behind the scene. So I made another video on this to elaborate it, but let me just show you. If you hesitate, like if you do in your speaking, straight away the pronunciation drops down. This is just a demonstration of one single sentence. The speaker was describing carbon dioxide emissions, and you see how the total pronunciation drops down to 79. Same thing happens with the fluency as well, because you are hesitating with ahs and ums or trying to fix the mistakes that you made. The scores drop down tremendously. And if you do it multiple times in the same response, then your fluency is completely gone, and then you will not be able to recover from that in that response. So at any cost, avoid hesitations. Whatever happens, never ever try to copy Shah Rukh Khan. Hey, I love you. All marks gone for hesitating. Next comes another heavyweight, which is write from dictation. So in write from dictation, you have to use the extra word strategies because there is no negative marking, there is no word limit. So that's what enables us to use this strategy. What is this extra word strategy? That if you are confused about any spelling, then you write all possible combinations of spellings. And in the end, you write the filler words, which are the prepositions, articles, conjunctions, all this. Let's listen to one of the examples and then I will elaborate what exactly you need to do.
I am not going to the college after the exams end tomorrow.
So you heard an audio about going to the exam after something tomorrow. How much do you remember? First, you write that much. And then you have to focus on the spellings. Whether it was exam or whether it was exams. Whether if you don't know the spelling of tomorrow, then write all the combinations. And in the end, you write the filler words, which are extra words. Articles, prepositions and conjunctions. So this is how your response should be. I am not going to college after the exam and tomorrow. If you're not sure about exam or exams, write both. End or ends, write both. Tomorrow spelling, again you're not sure, write both. Just make sure the first letter should be capital and the last one should be full stop. With that, you can get a very good score. Write from dictation is a heavy weight for your writing as well as for your listening. Writing, it is the topmost contributor. Almost 40 marks you can get from write from dictation. The next one is listening fill in the blanks, another task from the listening section which also contributes to your writing. Again, spelling is really important. This is also a very heavyweight module that you need to focus on in the exam. So if I say that grammar can help you in this question, then you will not believe me. And how spellings are useful in this particular task, because you have to write accurate spellings. If you don't get the spelling correct, then you will not get the marks, even if you heard the correct word. So I'll show you what to do. First of all, spellings. You have to make sure that you are practicing spellings on a daily basis. If that is your weakness, you have to do it every day so that it improves with time. Okay? And then grammar tricks. I will show you an example how grammar can help you, and then you will believe me that this is really a helpful trick for listening fill in the blanks questions. And then shortcut techniques. For what? For spelling, for grammar. All these things will be useful. There are many videos that I have made on grammar shortcut techniques. Make sure you watch them. It is also useful in listening fill in the blanks. Let's do an example question.
Researchers and normal people alike have noticed that some birds appear to think and reason similarly to some mammals. This has raised the question of whether brain processing in birds is similar to that of mammal brains, despite dramatic differences in brain structure.
Now it's time to answer the questions. What did you hear? First one was noticed. Whether it was notice or noticed. Now grammar can help you. If you see this word here, have. After have, always verb 3 comes, which is past participle. So have noticed will be the correct answer, not notice. The second one, despite dramatic differences. Now if you're not sure about the spelling of dramatic, then you can break it down into syllables. You know the spelling of drama, right? D-R-A-M-A. And what is the spelling of tick? T-I-C or T-I-K or T-I-Q-U-E? Something like that. So there are spellings that have these combinations. If you are confused, then try to remember the words where you have heard this sound. Fantastic. T-I-C. Okay, that's one example. So that's how you combine the two words drama from what you know already, and from fantastic you borrow the tick and combine it into one word, and that's how you guess the spellings if you are really not sure. The next heavyweight modules are from reading section. Now before I show you what modules are working in 2024 and also the scorecard of my student Hardik, who managed to get a top score using these techniques and focusing in these areas, just make sure you stick along a little bit more This is reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks, where context, vocabulary, grammar, everything comes into picture. Let's do an example together to show you the first step to solve these questions is using collocations. You don't even need to read the whole passage and you can do it very quickly. Let's see. The company needs to dash control on the usage of software. So what do you do on control? You address the control, addressing control, exert control, exercise control, minor, significant, address control. No, you don't address the control. You either exert, but exert is more related to exerting something like a force. Exercise control is the correct answer. If you know this collocation, straight away you can select the answer. Next one, in order to dash the problem. In order to address the problem, not addressing, address the problem. So this is the second answer. I knew the collocation. It's a very common one. So you can straight away get the answer. I don't need to read the remaining thing. The next one is this will have a dash impact on the cyber security measures taken by the business. It will have a what? Exert impact, minor impact, significant impact. If it is a minor impact, then this whole remaining area of the top portion is not useful. We are talking about exercising control. It is useful. So it will be significant, and significant impact is again a very common collocation. So you see, using collocation you can solve it like this. The next one is grammar techniques. Always grammar is really helpful in your fill in the blanks questions of the reading section. How? I've shared many grammar shortcut techniques. You will see exactly, you will be able to see. And these are real exam questions, mind it. You can check it in the prediction files from the last 6 months. I have borrowed these questions directly from there. And there you can see we can apply the grammar tricks to find the answers quickly. The UNSW offers a wide range of degree to its students. Students are dashed to submit their application form. Are dash. So if you remember, after is, are, where, was, something in the past tense comes. What is there in the past tense? Verb 3 here. Required, offered, only 2 present. Required to submit or offered to submit. Of course, required to submit is the correct answer. Apply a little bit of context as well, what you understand from the passage. Don't totally rely on the grammar. Of course, grammar will help you to shortlist, but then you have to apply the context, little bit of common sense. Out of the several dash that will be submitted, out of the several something, several what? Several denotes something that is plural. So what plural words are here? Applications, documents. We are talking about application forms being submitted here. So out of the several applications that will be submitted, that will be your second answer. Again, several help you to identify that a plural word is going to fit here. Now, the next one, only the meritorious students will be dashed the admission to the various degree programs. Will be what? Again, after will be, it will be verb 3. Will be offered, will be admitted, something like that. So let's see which are the verb 3 here. Required, we already marked as answer. Offered. Of course, now the final stage, submitted the application, shortlisted, and then they will be offered. So you see how collocation, how grammar can help you solve the questions quickly. There are some questions which require context-based understanding. There you need to spend a little bit of time. But not all the questions will be difficult. Many of them you can straight away solve with the help of collocation and grammar. Now coming to the interesting part, which is the scorecard of Hardik. See how much he managed to do it in 1.5 months, focusing on these key modules using this 7-step approach for the PTE exam. Make sure you are also doing the same way, and then you can also have a scorecard like this sometime in the future. Definitely possible. Just keep your focus on these areas. These are the top priority modules which I was talking about. Reading fill in the blanks, reading writing fill in the blanks, speaking read aloud, speaking repeat sentence, listening write from dictation, listening fill in the blanks. If you focus on these 6 modules and put a lot of time in the exam to solve all the questions correctly, then no one can stop you from reaching 79 score, guaranteed. I hope you enjoyed every minute of this video and your time was well spent. If you ever get confused about this in the future, just remember to stick to the basic skills and don't forget that this is an English exam. Before you go, please do watch the video PTE All Templates in one video, all latest and working templates of 2024, because it's time to expedite your learnings. Keep watching Edutrainex with a thumbs up, and I will soon be back with another super cool video on PT topics.